Jen. Welcome to Cupcakes with Kupcho.
Thank you.
This is episode 1.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? What is this podcast about?
I think just getting to know me, getting to know what we do, and showing how we work together.
Cool. I think so too. So I'll start just quick intro. I'm Leslie Gaudio, and I lead brand sponsorships for Protivity. Jen is a Protivity ambassador, and we're kind of partnering on this series to bring insights into the life of an LPGA player, but also get to know Jen on kind of a human level. How do we start with this cupcakes concept? I think we should start with a cupcake.
Yeah.
Toast. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. Okay, so what are you tasting today?
This is salted caramel. I'm a big salted caramel fan, whether it's cupcakes or ice cream or anything of that sort. So I'm pretty excited for this. What is yours? You're doing the cupcake like I do the cupcake.
Full in funfetti. This is the only way to eat a cupcake.
And who did you learn that from?
I think I taught you this.
No, that's definitely not true.
I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, so this is a funfetti, and it's promising. There's definitely a lot of sprinkle inside and on top. Sorry, I'm going to get this all over the couch. This is going to be really messy,
so here we go.
All right, cheers.
How is it?
Delicious.
Is it really good? That frosting is so good. Mm-hmm.
Okay. High
Incredible.
Reviews. Can we talk a little bit about the tradition that we've had?
I don't know how you started on the tradition, actually.
I think I'm just shy and awkward, and
No, I think like cupcakes goes with Kupcho, so it kind of just rhymes. So
I am
you probably
a fan of alliteration.
I don't know. You showed up with cupcakes one time, and then every single time after we saw each other, you continued to bring cupcakes.
Sorry.
And they're amazing.
I heard a story that if you were not playing golf, you would be a baker. Is this?
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you baking a lot these days?
Not a lot, just because I'm like on the road all the time. And once I get home, I'm pretty lazy. I just want to lay around. So
that's fair.
It's like once you're on the road for so long, doing stuff every day, every minute of every day, I feel like out on tour, I get home and I just want to rest and do nothing.
And we'll definitely talk about that, like what a rest day looks like for you. And we'll definitely talk about what tour life looks like and travel and all that. So lots of fun things coming up. We've got a lot of ideas planned. And so would also kind of love to hear in the comments what people want to hear from us and learn more about you. So let's start at the beginning. Tell us your origin story. Mm-hmm. Where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm from Colorado, grew up in Colorado, just north of Denver. My parents and my older brother plays golf as well. My parents started my brother, and then obviously as a foursome for golf, it kind of just brought me into it with them. My parents couldn't afford to pay a babysitter, so I went along with my brother and my parents to go play golf.
How much older is he?
He's 4 years older.
So you're playing with the big dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, even when like I started out going with them, I didn't always actually play. Like I would sit in the cart and color or play on my Game Boy or literally do anything else besides golf. But yeah, that's how I started. And I would hop out at say 150 yards in the middle of a fairway and hit a shot. And it was kind of just like, you're going to be here and like hang out with us. It's up to you if you want to take up golf. So that's how I got started. And I just really like love the game.
When did it switch that you were like, okay, enough of the Game Boy, let me hit some shots and get into this?
I think my parents just like started putting me in lessons, like of everything, golf, all of the sports, soccer. Like I played every sport growing up, I swear. So, and it was really just like a lot of team sports. And then there was golf, and I started, my first tournament, I played a Colorado junior tournament. It was like on a par 3 course when I was 7. And, I don't know if it was the first tournament I've ever played, but for sure, like one of the first 3, I took like second place and I got a trophy. Well, in like team sports, you always get participation trophies. So I was just like, oh, it's just another trophy. And then I shot a million the next tournament, and I was just like ready to go get my trophy. And my brother was like, no, like that's not how this works. You actually have to play good to be able to get trophies. And I think like in that moment is when I was like, oh, maybe like I'm a really competitive person on and off the golf course. So I think that just like really hit me. My family is really competitive in board games and literally everything. So that really just hit me. And I was like, I really like being able to compete for something.
And so you went for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. I think that's one of my biggest problems in getting into golf is that I never got a trophy. It's torture for me to do a par 3 or an executive course 9 holes. Like I'd rather be in the spot or, hanging out or on my Game Boy even. So it never really clicked for me, but it is something that I would like to kind of get into. Would you say your brother or just your family generally has been your biggest influence getting into golf? Or were you also kind of watching professionals regularly and kind of looking at them as role models and kind of wanting to pursue that?
I mean, that's kind of a funny story as well. Like my dad always had every type of sport on TV, whether it was golf, hockey, baseball, like literally everything. And I think it got to the point where I was like, I don't want to watch sports. I'm playing all of these sports. I just want to like watch Disney Channel or something like that, So I really didn't like watch golf. And if it was on TV, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to go play outside. So I didn't really watch golf, didn't really watch any sports, even though it was on TV all the time. It was just like not super interesting to me. I would rather go play the actual sport. So yeah, I would say it was more my family and my brother. My brother was competing and he was really good in the Colorado Juniors. So I think I kind of just looked up to him and was like, oh, like he's becoming a big name in Colorado junior golf. Like I want to do that.
And speaking about big names in Colorado golf, tell us about that award that you won last season.
Yeah, the Colorado Sportswoman of the Year. It was really special. Colorado does an award for the best athlete of every sport for women every year. And then they also do an overall best athlete of the year. And so that's what the Sportswoman of Colorado Player of the Year was. That was of all the sports. So that was really special. Wow. And then, yeah, just not too long ago, getting inducted into the Colorado Golf Hall of Fame was really special as well.
Very cool. Wild journey.
Yeah.
So one, I guess, to kind of transition a little bit now is life as a pro. At Protivity, we kind of look at how there's so much value in having different generations represented in the workplace and different perspectives and things that brings and really diversifying your kind of team. So how have you seen that kind of play out in terms of generations in the LPGA? Like, are there people that helped you kind of get the swing of it as you transitioned from a college athlete and going pro? And in turn, are you kind of mentoring or having relationships with younger emerging golfers as well?
Yeah, I think the LPGA is a bit interesting in that aspect. When I first came out, they still have that program, but it's a pod program where they have an older player mentors. It's like, it's like your pod. So you have the one older player and then you have 4 or 5 rookies. So you meet with them and ask questions, whatever. Morgan Pressel was my pod leader. So it was really great to know her and get to know her my rookie year and kind of ask her all kinds of questions. But then I think just on the LPGA, it's such like a welcoming family out there. So I had multiple girls when I first got out there come up to me my first or second tournament and I'll come up and introduce themselves and say, welcome to the tour. If you have any questions or need any help, like just let me know. So that was kind of like my transition. But then I also, my first 5 tournaments when I turned pro, my parents actually traveled with me. My dad caddied for me as well. So it was quite an experience. But it was nice to be able to have them as a foundation to kind of get me out of it and get used to traveling week to week a little bit so that then I could go out and do it on my own.
I didn't know your dad caddied for you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, I could see like that would be a lot to have that transition and then be working together.
Yeah.
So definitely would like to talk more about that. Do you see a different style between generations? Like, I guess first question, one, are you still kind of having that mentorship relationship with Morgan? And then do you see any differences in the way that maybe older players approach the game and maybe the new emerging talent looking at like data and analytics? Like, are there any trends?
I do definitely still have a relationship with Morgan. She is now an announcer actually, so she's not playing anymore, so it's a little bit different, but definitely still have that personal relationship with her. But I don't know if there's necessarily like a difference between the generations. I actually think I think one of the biggest differences between like the younger and older now is like when I was coming up, working out was not a big thing in the golf world. And now like recently it's become a big thing. Like everybody's working out and like, as well as the older girls are getting into it as well.
Yeah.
But it's become a really big thing.
And what are the workouts that are kind of part of that foundation? Is it like a lot of strength training? Is it flexibility?
I think it's kind of all of it. It's, I mean, a lot of functional training, a little bit of cardio, but yeah, definitely a lot of stretching, flexibility, and yeah, a little bit of strength.
So what's been the most surprising part turning pro?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Let's go there.
Yeah. I would say like when you first come out, like the time management is pretty like, I feel like you see so many girls, especially young girls coming out and they're like, oh, everybody's practicing so much. They're working on their swing. Their coaches are out here all the time. They're always changing clubs. And I think for me personally, like that's not me at all. Like I'm very simple, keep everything the same, like keep my swing coach, like I'll just send videos to you. You don't need to be out here kind of thing. But I think for the younger players that first come out, they're like, whoa, like this is a lot. I need to do all of this to keep up with everybody else because I see all these great players doing it. And I think it's like so important to just take a step back and be like, okay, what's working for me? What's working for me may not work for them, and what's working for them may not work for me. So I think it's like just figuring out the time management piece is one of the biggest things.
Well, and I guess, did you always know that and have that confidence, or did it take a little bit to realize like I maybe need to step back and be more confident in my approach and stay the course a bit?
I think I actually learned it maybe a little bit in college because I kind of had always been pretty simple. And I mean, even my brother, he always practiced so much more than me. And I think, so it's like, it kind of helped me to be able to have my brother, and then my teammates definitely practiced a lot more than me. So it was all like kind of a transition. So I saw that before I even got on tour. So I was already comfortable doing what I was doing.
Your least favorite thing about golf? I'll go first. The tan lines.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I kind of have just gotten used to them. So it's just like, they're part of who I am. I don't know, the least favorite part. Maybe practicing. Like, I mean, I said I don't practice very much, but it's like, I hate, and unless I'm doing something competitive, I'm a competitive person. So if I'm competing against something, or my caddy is like, hey, if you do this drill, I'll give you $20. Like, boom, done. Let's do it. But if I'm just out there practicing by myself, I hate it.
So do you trick yourself into competitions, or your drills or your practices said?
Yeah. So when I'm out by myself, I try to like, okay, let me do this drill. This is how I know when I'm done. So I like put an ending point to it. Or like, this is the goal of the drill and this is what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and get 7 out of 9 up and downs on the chipping green. That way I have something to reach toward. But again, like if I'm out just hitting balls on the range, like it's really hard when you're just rapid firing balls. Like it's hard to, if you're working on your swing or something, like I hate doing stuff like that because there's no end to it. Like if my swing coach is like, hey, you need to do this with your swing, like I just need to sit there and do it so that it becomes basically muscle memory. So there's really no end to it until I'm like, okay, I feel comfortable, like
right,
kind of thing.
Yeah, there's no payoff there,
right.
Or like final peak that you've reached.
Right,
it's just
exactly.
kind of like ongoing.
Yeah.
I feel like that about a lot of things. So outside of golf, is there anything you're trying to get better at? Like if we're talking about practice,
yeah.
what is?
Not really. No.
Okay, I love that for you.
No. I'm not sure.
Okay. So life off of the course, what is that like for you? Tell me a little bit about.
I mean, it's pretty simple. During the tournament weeks, like I work out a lot. Practicing obviously at the course a lot, but I think like when I get back, it's like me time. So it's, not necessarily, so at tournament sites, usually I'll read or I'll watch shows, or I don't know if there's somewhere to go or something to do around the place that I am. I like to go do stuff, but there's also like a bit of time management in that too, and like energy level. It's like, oh, I just want to lay in my bed. So that's where like the reading and watching shows comes in. But then when I'm at home, I have like a whole gaming setup with my laptop and monitor. So I play a lot of FIFA and games with my husband and his friends. So that's like a big thing.
That's fun. Actually, being here, there's a Frank Lloyd Wright sculpture that I'd like to see. Have you been?
I have not.
Okay, so when I travel, I try to do something like also local. So that's been on my list. So I'm excited to talk more about that. Kind of, you've seen a lot of places and some of those extracurricular activities that you've gotten to do. I have kind of a speed round.
Okay.
Are you into astrology?
No.
Do you know your sign?
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, I do because we're a day apart. We're Tauruses.
Okay.
So tell me if this resonates. Loyal, hardworking, relaxed, stubborn, deep thinker, drawn to independence.
Yeah.
Feel like kind of really nailing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy Gilmore, Caddyshack, Tin Cup.
I've only seen Happy Gilmore, so
The new one, or is that out yet?
No, it's not out yet.
Okay. Recommend? I've not seen any of them. So.
Yeah, from what I've heard, they're all really good. Yeah, I mean, my brother loves Tin Cup, and so do my parents, but I've just never seen it. So
cool.
He like quotes that movie all the time. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you said you watch shows and you read. What's your style? What are you watching? What are you reading?
It kind of goes back and forth. So like I'll read a ton of books in a row and then I'm like, I can't read a book. Like right now I haven't read a book in I don't know how long. But I kind of go back and forth in my reading as well. I'll read a bunch of thrillers and then I'll go back to romance and then back to thrillers. So I kind of, it's just like spurts of everything. And then shows.
Are you reading a physical book or like on a Kindle?
Both.
Okay.
So I follow a bunch of book TikTokers actually. So I kind of just go off of whatever they suggest are good books. And then like on my Kindle, I can get them like through the library. So if I can get it for free, I'll just go in the library. Otherwise, I'll go buy a physical book. So
Are you in any book clubs?
I'm not. No,
Okay.
no.
I've always wanted to be, but I don't usually. I do it for like the first month, and I like the conversation and like the snacks, but then I don't keep up with it. So that's something I'm working on. What are you watching?
Kind of just anything. Like I kind of just ask people what they're watching.
Romance and thrillers also, or reality?
Yes, not really reality, dramas. Thrillers. It's kind of just like whatever people recommend to me that are good, and then I just
there's so much to watch. Who would play you in a movie?
I have no idea. I don't really know actors very well. It's like I'm terrible with that stuff, so I have no idea.
Okay. I don't have an answer to even give you because I'm not good at that either.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you into music?
Yes and no. So like I do like music, but I also enjoy silence. So like driving down the road in silence most of the time.
You're a Taurus.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have like a hype song before you go out and play?
So at Solheim, we had to pick a song to walk out to. So the song I picked was Miles on It, I think it's by Kane Brown. Pretty sure. I don't know. It's amazing. So
what did you like about it?
I think it's just like, I'm a big country girl, but it's also like a faster country. So more upbeat to be able to like run out onto the tee box. Yeah.
Cool.
It was really fun.
Do you listen to Spotify?
Yeah, it's mostly just country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to see Eras.
Yes.
Tell us.
Yeah, it's so good. So many good.
Where did you go?
I went in Houston and then Singapore. Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Double feature.
It was super fun. So.
And what era are you in?
I don't really have one.
All day,
I have
every
no
day.
idea. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have bracelets?
I do. Yeah. When we're out on tour, like little girls will come up and give us like bracelets that they've made. It's so cute.
Oh my gosh. That's
yeah.
so cool. Oh, I love that. Love that culture. Okay. So if you picked a dream concert, you could pick your opening act, dead or alive, opening act and main show. It doesn't have to be a concert. It could even be a comedian or something like that. What show would you pick? Taylor Swift, probably.
Yeah.
You get 4 tickets. Who's coming with you?
Me, my husband, Jay, probably my brother, because he's like low-key a Swiftie, but he won't admit it. And then probably his wife.
Okay, so favorite holiday?
Christmas or my birthday.
Okay. Birthday is a holiday. That's a confidence.
Yeah, it is.
That's good.
My whole birthday month is my month.
Okay, so you're doing it like Paris Hilton.
Person.
Birthday is
I'm that person.
Okay, so I'd like to talk about that because a lot of times you're on the road.
Yeah.
So how are you celebrating? Or what does that even look like?
I don't think it's like a celebration. It's more like I enjoy gifts. So I just
me, from me gifts or expect gifts from your people?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, I get gifts I feel like that's my love language. I give gifts, but I also enjoy getting gifts.
That's a Taurus thing.
Jay is really bad at getting gifts for me, but his love language is not receiving gifts either, so it's a bit of a struggle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Christmas.
Yeah.
When is it appropriate to start decorating for Christmas? I have a strong opinion. There's one right answer.
Whenever you want.
December.
No. Absolutely
not before
not.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So
are you decorating? When are you decorating?
So I was gone last year for the couple of weeks leading up to Thanksgiving. I was home for a week right before that. So it was like 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. I was home. I was like, okay, so I won't be home till after Thanksgiving. Do I decorate now or do I decorate later? And I did decide to decorate later. So that would go
I
along
would have
with
allowed
you.
it in that situation because
Because I wasn't going to be home.
Right,
I was
you
going to
wanna
get
come
home
home and have
December
it-
1st, so then it would have been Christmas,
Right.
technically.
Okay, that would be acceptable. Do you do Halloween? Are you a costume kind of girly?
I do, but like we're always in Asia for Halloween, so I haven't done Halloween in a long time.
Best costume that you've done?
I was a sailor in college. It was super cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we get pics?
Maybe not.
Note to John.
No. Actually,
Okay.
I think I do have a pretty good picture. Me and my teammates. Yeah.
Favorite non-golf sport to watch?
To watch.
So I know you said you kind of gave up watching because you
Yeah.
wanted to play, but now are you a fan? of
I
anything?
do. I actually do watch a lot of sports now, which is kind of interesting saying that. I watch football a lot. I'm kind of into
Who's
a lot
your
of
team?
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Huh.
But I'm into like a lot of fantasy football stuff, so I do that. I like watching hockey as well.
Who's your team?
Colorado Avalanche, of
Oh, cool.
course. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, those are like the two main sports. But like I like watching a lot of stuff. I'll watch like last season I was really into watching the Nebraska college volleyball team. Like they're super good. So it's kind of just
Men's
like
or
whatever.
women's?
The women's.
Cool. Very cool. What do you think about when you're hitting your first shot off the tee?
Nothing. I feel like
Thinking
it's,
about not thinking?
yeah, I think it's just like I'm a pretty simple person. So like I don't know, like having played for so long, I'm just used to like first tee feels. So I'm just like thinking about where I'm trying to hit it.
What is your favorite golf course? Domestically and abroad. Two golf courses.
Probably St. Andrews in Scotland.
That's a big one.
Yeah. It's like,
Iconic.
yeah.
Links.
Links. Yeah. really-
Weather?
When I played it, actually, yeah, the weather was really bad. It was so windy.
And it's your favorite.
Yeah, I think
like a
it's just
challenge.
like, yeah, it's like the challenge of it. I feel like compared to all the other links golf courses that I've played over there, they're pretty like simple and like they're all very similar. I mean, relatively, but like St. Andrews is so, the greens are so like rolly, like so many hills and undulations, which is not, I feel like super normal for links golf. So I like really liked the difference and the challenge of it.
Not afraid of a challenge.
Yeah.
So domestically,
Sycamore Hills in Indiana.
any special reason? Did you have a great round? Did you?
That's where I played the girls junior amateur. And that's where the Wake Forest coach found me actually. So I don't think that's why, but like that's what happened at that golf course.
Can you tell us that story?
She like loved the story. She told it whenever anybody asked. It was like, they were she was on her way back to the car to leave for the day. And supposedly, this is what she always said. She said, she was walking like by the tee box and I hit my drive and it was like so loud and powerful that she like was like, whoa, who's that? And then she called the assistant over to come like follow me for a few holes. And then she said the entire ride back to Winston-Salem. So like, I don't know how far it is from Indiana back to North Carolina, like long ways. They were like Googling me and trying to find a way to contact me. And they got a hold of my swing coach and that's how they got a hold of me.
What a story.
And
So
yeah.
your swing coach calls and says,
Hey, the
I
Wake
think-
Forest coaches like called me and are interested and saw you.
was it on your radar, like a top school that you wanted to go to
No.
or a program that you, okay.
It's actually like kind of funny because like I think my swing coach maybe called my parents because I was still playing in the tournament. And then when
And
my
also probably a child.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I was younger. And my parents like told me, I was like, what's Wake Forest? Where's that? Like, I had no idea at all, like the history or anything of Wake Forest until like then.
And then, so what made you decide to pursue it and go there and pick it? And
Yeah, I think I was just like looking at so many different colleges, most of them local to Colorado, Colorado State, Denver, Kansas, like all right around Colorado. And that was like the one that was far away. And I think just the history and all of the resources that Wake Forest had, like they had Arnold Palmer that went there, so many great players that went there and that were successful on tour, that was really just going to be the best fit, as well as compared to all the other schools. Like Wake is 5,000 or 6,000 undergrad, and I went to a super small high school, so that was really important to me, just to have the small feel as well.
very cool story. So you did have like an insane college career, and you played and won at Augusta. Can you tell me about playing Augusta and what that experience was like?
Yeah, it was so cool. I think being the first woman to win there is really special. Just the tournament that Fred Ridley came up with, I mean, being able to showcase women's golf, amateur golf at Augusta is really special, and it really just shows the strength of the women's game. And I think it's really great for women's sports.
So as we're heading into Chevron Week, I think we should cut to the footage of our reflections on your win.
Yeah.
Cool. For audio-only listeners, let me set the stage. We've recreated Poppy's Pond by the pool, and Jen is lounging in her winner's robe. Jen, you entered the final round with a 6-shot lead, a significant advantage. Despite some challenges during the round, including a back nine struggle, you held on and secured your first major title, finishing with a 2-stroke victory. Can you tell us about your preparation and mindset?
Yeah, I think the morning of waking up, I was pretty nervous with late afternoon tee time. My husband was there caddying for his player. I think he was a bit nervous too. I think we were just both of us were nervous and ready to get started. I think I really just tried to continue what I had been doing in the beginning of the week of stretching and kind of just staying in my routine of what I had been doing, going to the range, pretty much like I always do, just to kind of feel that sense of calmness.
What was going through your mind when you teed off on 1 and then in those final moments on 18?
I think on the number 1 tee, I was nervous, obviously. Like I said, I can't really remember. I think I was just trying to keep it simple and really try and just zone in on my target and what I was trying to do instead of the overall picture. And then, walking down 18, obviously I was really nervous, but I did have a big enough lead that it was like okay, but still I was shaking because it is so hard to get your first win, and I had never obviously done that before. So with water surrounding the green, it definitely didn't make that any easier. So I was just excited to essentially get it over with so that I could celebrate.
Is there a specific moment from the day that you'll never forget? Like, give me all the details.
I think just the overall experience of winning my first tour event and it being a major is really special, and to have my husband there when I finished. I had a couple of my friends as well come onto the green and spray me with champagne, so it was just all really special.
Jen, thank you so much for chatting with us today. This is, I think, a really fun series, and I'm looking forward to more of these conversations as the season goes on. So we'll be back in a few weeks. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and catch the episodes when they release. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, leave us a comment and let us know what you think.